So from time to time, I get these questions, mostly from beginner pageant girls, asking, what exactly is pageant coaching? Like, what does it entail? What can I expect? And really, who is it for? So if you are a beginner pageant girl, you're entering the pageant world for the first time, and you have these same questions, stick around because we'll be answering them in this episode. Hey, pageant fans, welcome to Tea Science on Pageantry, where we talk all things pageant related. I'm your host, Theresa K. Cole. Since this is my first episode for the new year, I want to say Happy New Year, and I'm hoping that 2024 will bring you guys lots and lots of blessings. Now, without further ado, let's get into this episode. So, like I said in my intro, I often get these questions from girls and women entering the pageant industry for the first time, and they're all curious and want to know, like, really, what is pageant coaching? And so, I think the best way to describe it is that it is the process by which you go through to prepare for your pageant. It's really all about developing the best version of yourself. Now, I do want to put extra emphasis on the word process because I think it's really important that contestants understand that pageant training or pageant coaching really takes time. And the reason why it takes time is because you are working on skills and skills need time to develop. So, what are some of these skills that we're talking about? We're talking about your overall communication skills, your public speaking skills, your interview skills, your runway skills, your ability to pose in front of a camera, being social media savvy, going through media training so you know how to conduct yourself in front of the media. All of those things take time to develop. So really and truly, you have to give yourself time. This is not something that you can go through in a day, a week, or even a month to be prepared. So you really want to give yourself enough time. Now, exactly how much time really depends on the contestant herself. Now, in terms of what pageant coaching actually entails, I'm going to speak about it from the way that I pageant coach with my clients. And really, how I do things is that when someone reaches out to me to say, hey, I'd love to train with you, one of the first things I do with them is an evaluation. And this helps me to determine their strengths, but more importantly, to determine their gaps, because it's those gaps more often than not are the things that are holding us back from advancing in our pageant competitions. So once I have a good idea of what your gaps are, I will then be able to determine how big those gaps are. And that also helps me determine how many coaching sessions you may need, how long it might take you to kind of close those gaps. Closing those gaps are really what is going to help you to propel yourself to the next level of competition. For me, in the way that I coach, I think it's really important to focus all the sessions on these skills and improving these skills rather than focusing on things like, choosing your wardrobe or selecting a headshot or writing your introduction or any other speech that you may need. I think it's just best value for money when you can actually work on the skills that you need to work on, because what I love to see is when clients leave my training sessions feeling empowered and they can feel proud and they feel even more confident because now they've worked on the areas that they felt like were holding them back a little bit, and they can see that improvement and they can be excited to enter their competition knowing, look, I worked on this and now it's one of my strengths. Now, in terms of who is pageant coaching for, really pageant coaching is for any and everyone, even people who are not interested in entering a pageant. And this is why. Because a lot of the skills that you develop through pageant coaching are transferable and beneficial to your everyday life, women and young girls who are not really interested in pageantry can find a lot of benefit from going through pageant coaching. But if you're like me and you are a pageant girl and you are thinking of entering a pageant soon, then definitely if you are a beginner pageant girl, I would say it's really beneficial for you to have a pageant coach, because a pageant coach can really help to guide you and help you make the right decisions for yourself and just help you to navigate the pageant world, because it is an entire world, an entire industry that can be really overwhelming when you are starting out for the first time. If you have been competing in a pageant and you want to switch systems, pageant coaching might be for you, because it's really important that you find a coach that understands and is familiar with the new pageant system, and they can also help guide you, because each system is a little bit different. They value a little bit different things. So it's really important to have a coach that can really help you make great decisions for each pageant that you're entering. Also, if you have been, competing for a while and you're not seeing the needle move forward, meaning you're not able to advance to the next level of competition, then it might be time for you to invest in a pageant coach if you haven't done so already. Or if you're working with a pageant coach for a while and maybe, you're not seeing any improvement, it might be time to switch to a new pageant coach. The point is that pageant coaching can be beneficial to any and everyone. And I think that it's something that has really benefited me, and I have seen it benefit other women. So I cannot, recommend it enough. And of course, if you guys are interested in training with me, be sure to send me an email. I'll leave my email down below in the description. But that concludes our episode for this week. It's been really great to be back. I'm super excited to be rolling out new content. So until next time, thank you so much for joining. Be sure to hit the like button, share, and subscribe. Until next time, have a great week.